What's going on, gun people? Kent Howard, Green Mountain Defense, bringing you today the Glock 19 5th generation pistol. This is the perfecter of the perfectest pistols. Just kidding, kind of. Everybody loves to rag on Glock for their generational improvements, their changes, and the fact that they always call themselves Glock perfection. This gun, in many, many ways, is the exact same gun that they came out with in the late 80s and early 90s. Now, generations have changed, things about the guns have changed, finishes have changed, etc. So, before we talk about the gun in general, let's go over what I have here in my hand and the changes that have been made to it from Glock. And we'll start with the very hot, because I just shot a bunch of rounds and you're going to see shooting footage rolled in as I talk. Barrel, they've got a marksman barrel that is no longer polygonal, but not typical lands and grooves either. So they've got their own kind of hybrid marksman barrel thing they've got going on. It's supposed to make it the most accurate Glock barrel yet. I consider myself a pretty decent shooter, especially with these polymer Wonder Blasters. I know I've not ransom rested this versus a 19 Gen 4 to tell you if the barrel is or is not more accurate, but it certainly damn well seems accurate enough for my use. So good on Glock for that. Big generational change that matters to me and my left hand itself is the fact that we now have a ambidextrous slide stop slide release that comes on both sides of the pistol. So now, because I can swap my mag release from left to right side of the gun, I can have a fully left hand friendly pistol from Glock from the factory. Big deal to me, maybe not a big deal to you. Moving on, we've also got the NLDC finish on the slide and on the barrel. They claim that to be a more wear resistant, more rust proof, better finish overall. I see no reason to argue with them. It is a little slicker to the touch, but it's starting to wear in on this example. I'm not a big finish snob in general, so as far as I'm concerned, if the thing doesn't start rusting and doesn't get ruined when I run it, I'm good to go. The other big generational change that they've got on this gun is the flared mag well. You can see right here the magazine well on the bottom is flared to aid in the ease of sending home a magazine on a reload. The other thing they've done is they've added this little lip right here to the front of the Gen 5 mag, and this little cutout that was present in earlier generations is back to help, I suppose, strip a locked up mag. Now for me, that's in a weird spot. If anything, I'd like to see relief here, but whatever. Not a big deal either way. Also, you'll notice orange followers on the Gen 5 Glock mags. You'll still see witness holes for every round. They're still removable on the base plates to clean them, etc. So we're good to go there. I'm sure aftermarket companies will be coming out and making sure that their base plates work for the Gen 5 Glock models. Let's see what else is different about this pistol. We got this third mag well, NLDC, marksman adjustable barrel, or marksman adjustable, haha, Ruger marketing, marksman barrel. The trigger? No, basically the same. Oh yeah, that's basically the gun right there in a nutshell. That is what is the same, except for maybe the most argued about thing on the Glock web: the finger grooves. We have lost the finger grooves in the 5th generation gun. Is that a good or a bad thing? For me, it's a good thing because the finger grooves do not line up for me otherwise. They've also kind of got an undercut going here on the trigger guard. I wish they'd have went further with that. But this gun grips better for me than the 4th gen Glock 19, for what it's worth. I'm not a 3rd gen guy, not because those aren't good guns, but because I would prefer as many ambi features on my gun as I could get. Now, in my mind, what did Glock leave out that they could have given us on this gun? They could have given us fully ambidextrous mag release along with the slide stop slide release, but they didn't. They could have given us front cocking serrations or front slide serrations. but they didn't. And they could have given us steel sights in the base model, but they didn't. Perfect opportunity for me to roll in the XS F8 sights. Super big fan of these XS F8s. Probably my favorite sight yet on a handgun besides an RMR. Loving them. Big orange dot. Glow bright at night without any help, and if you illuminate them, this thing looks like a red dot at the end of the gun after you charge them with illumination for just a little bit, and that stays charged for quite a while, that phosphorescent charging on the paint. That's pretty good. Other minor complaints, you'll see here that they beveled the front of the slide in order to assist in reholstering. They matched up the beveling here on the front of my example, but on some examples that beveling has stayed flat and they're frustrated with that. So look at the different guns, and some of them will have a flat bevel to match there, and people will be frustrated with that fact. Other than that, still most of what we would expect. Comes with 3 15-round mags, comes with the MBS modular backstrap system, dual captured recoil spring, 3027 4 ejector in the gun. All the stuff that Glock had brought up to the Gen 4, they've just added and made a little bit of an addition here. So far we've got the 17, I've got a review out on the 19 and the 19X for the 5th gen line of guns. Looks soon to the 26 as well, but overall, what I'll say for them is this. Love that. Okay, let's wrap this bad boy up. Sorry about that, battery died. I hate it when that happens. Just going in to summarize the video and say this. Not that you needed a reliability test on this gun to know, but today's 300 rounds, exactly, everyone fired on camera by the way, makes 1,500 total. We had exactly one malfunction with this federal aluminum case nonsense. Surprise, surprise. Steel or aluminum case is the only time I ever have a malfunction in any of these guns. Look, if you don't have something that's deficient on your previous gen Glock guns that this one solves for you, don't feel the need to run out and get it unless you're just a fanboy like the rest of us and you just have to have everything Glock ever made. But if you wished, like I did, for an ambidextrous slide stop and slide release, maybe get one. If you're in a Gen 3 world and you're wishing to switch over and get a right side mag release, maybe get one. If you've got a gun with finger grooves and you wish it didn't have it, maybe get one. If you're looking to buy a 19, buy the Gen 5 for sure. If you don't already have one, buy the latest gen out there. That's my opinion for what it's worth and for what you paid for it. But overall, these are great guns. Are there other competitive options out there? Sure there are. CZP-10C, FN509, APX from Beretta, Sig Sauer P320. The list goes on and on and on. But Glock has the track record, Glock has the reliability, Glock has the aftermarket support, Glock has the holsters. You get the idea. A Glock 19 has been my primary everyday concealed carry gun unless I had to do something else for size reasons for a very long time. This one is in my carry rotation now. I trust it very heavily. I like it very much. Really loving these XX F8 sights, and I'm loving this gun. The only thing I might do to it is a little bit of a stipple job, a little bit of an undercut, and some slide serrations, and I think I'm going to leave this guy the way it is. Probably going to send the 19X over to Doug Holloway at ATI, let him go to town on that gun. And I'm not sure what I'll do with the 17 yet, but they'll all see serious use in rotation. They'll all teach classes, they'll all take classes, and I'm loving these guns. So, Glock 19 Gen 5, what's not to like? This is Ken Howard with Green Mountain Defense. Please like, favorite, subscribe, and share. If you enjoy our content, check us out online, www.greenmountaindefense.com, Facebook at Green Mountain Defense, YouTube at Green Mountain Defense, and Instagram at Green Mountain Defense, all spelled out. Thank you so much for all your support and for all your comments. Really love it, really appreciate it. If you love this video and you think I hit it out of the park, please come on and tell me, like, favorite, subscribe, and share. If you think I'm the worst gun reviewer on the planet, go ahead and tell me that too. I'll probably argue with you for a minute and then let you move on with your life. Kent Howard, Green Mountain Defense, out. Thanks so much, everybody.